Hello everyone, it's Olivia from Nulyweds. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry that I haven't uploaded in a while. I always say that. If you've been following me on Instagram, then you know that I have been doing a huge epic tour across the north of Portugal because I am looking for a venue for two of my new couples for 2020 weddings. So it's been really fun but very tiring. I looked at 15 venues in 10 days. It's been epic, but it's been knackering. This is the 13th venue that I'm at today. This is the old church palace, or Palácio da Igreja Velha, and I'll show you some photos of it because it's really stunning. So today I want to do a very quick video on the 5 things that will go wrong at your wedding day. It's a very juicy topic. Number 1 is someone will be late for your ceremony. Someone will be late. Whether it's you yourself, your partner, or a family member, or a member of your party, someone will be late. And it's something that you just need to get over. It happens at almost every wedding. Someone is late and walks in, at the back and sits at the back because they're so late. For yourself, just try to be as organized as possible. Make sure you've given the hair and makeup team ample time to get yourself ready. If you need a hair and makeup team planning to get a haircut on the day of your wedding, then make sure that you've given yourself ample time to do that. Make sure that what's within your control, you give yourself enough time, but it's okay if things run over a little bit. As wedding professionals, we're totally used to it, so don't worry too much if you're late, but try and control it as much as possible. With your wedding party, you can't do very much about that, I'm afraid. Second thing that could go wrong on your wedding day is your skin. You've probably been under quite a lot of stress in the past couple of weeks on the run up to your wedding, whether it's a destination wedding, so there's a bit more logistics involved, or whether it's a wedding around the corner. You're probably, overthinking stuff, and it's probably quite a lot of pressure. You're coming up to one of the biggest days of your life. So for that reason, it's totally normal for your skin to have a little bit of a freak out, and sometimes you might wake up with a spot, or in my case I get eczema. If you can see on my forehead, I've got really scabby skin. I get eczema when I'm stressed. So sometimes your skin just doesn't want to play ball. If you have a great makeup artist or you don't want to wear makeup, you can use a tinted moisturizer or something like that just for the day, just to cover your bases in case anything goes a little bit wrong with your skin. The third thing that will go wrong on your wedding day is that speeches will always overrun. Now, the way that I schedule my speeches for my couples are 15 minutes per person because it allows someone to be really short and really long. Sometimes your mum or your dad or your best man or your maid of honor can literally take like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, but they insisted that they were only going to take 5. It's totally normal for speeches to overrun sometimes. My advice is to schedule 15 minutes per person if you're having 3 or more speeches, just to allow for that leeway, and just give yourself a little bit of grace period when you're doing your logistical planning of the day. But please realize it's completely normal for speeches to overrun. People get emotional. You don't really know what's going to happen when it happens, so totally normal. Speeches overrun. The fourth thing that's going to happen on your wedding day is you might forget to eat. You might not eat as much as you thought you were going to, even though you're probably surrounded by food because of the canapes and then your main meal. And in Portugal, there is literally like a copious amount of food all of the time. Because you were talking and chatting and laughing and smiling and being photographed and all of those sorts of things with all of your friends and family, many of my couples forget to eat. Or only eat at the wedding breakfast and don't have any canapes, but just because it's just such a whirlwind that they don't eat. So it's really important that you have a good solid breakfast, to have a big breakfast in the morning when you have all of the time in the world. If you're having a midday ceremony, then yeah, that's super duper important. If you're having a later ceremony, make sure that you have a decent lunch as well. Not massive, because there will be a lot of food at the wedding, but just make sure that you're not going to go hungry. It's totally fine, but what you can do is make sure that you have some really good bridesmaids or groomsmen or your mum or your auntie, just to make sure that they are making you eat. Make sure that they set aside some food, some canapes, etc., so that you can try them if you didn't get a chance to try them when they were first served. The fifth and final thing that will go wrong on your wedding day is that no one will eat the cake. This is the bane of my entire career, is that people can spend a lot of money on the wedding cake. In Portugal, a lot of the venues actually include a wedding cake in their package, but this isn't always the case. And if you've invested in a wedding cake, then you want to make sure that people eat it, right? It's super important. So for this, I have two solutions. Either serve your wedding cake as dessert, which means that everyone will eat it on the day and right there, or I often suggest that my couples buy little packs, that they buy like little card cartridges, like little card packaging, and myself and the catering will go and cut up the cake, put it in each of the little individual cake boxes, and make sure that everyone gets one before they leave, and that way they can take a piece of the cake home with them and they can eat it tomorrow, and it's like a nice little reminder of the wedding that they've just had and what a great time that they had. I hope you enjoyed this little impromptu video. I certainly enjoyed filming it because I haven't filmed a video in a little while, but do look out for more content from me, and if you want to get that content, then be sure to subscribe and like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. I'm Olivia from Nulyweds, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.